Hey everyone, Alan Throll here at Untamed Strength Gym in Sacramento, California. I'm excited to announce that I am prepping for a Strongman competition. California's Strongest Man 2021 in March, just about 7 weeks away. Last time I competed was Winter Warrior here at Untamed Strength Gym in 2019, December 2019. Last time I competed in California's Strongest Man was, I think, 2016, 5 years. The first event we'll talk about is the tire flip, my favorite Strongman event of all time. This was originally a truck pull, but it was switched to a tire flip. So for the tire flip, besides doing a whole lot of tire flips, I'm gonna be doing lots of front squatting and just squatting in general. I think that the initial movement, the initial portion of a heavy tire flip is very leg dominant. Less like a deadlift, which most people naturally want to do, and much more like a front squat. I think of it as a front squat, driving my shoulders hard against the tire as if I had the bar resting against my shoulders, and pushing hard with my legs, using lots of leg drive, lots of quad to break the tire off the floor. The second portion of the tire flip should not be done slowly. Even if it's a heavy tire, you have to be very fast and explosive. And for that, I'm gonna be doing lots of power cleans. Maybe even full cleans. So not 1, 2, or 3 reps, but higher reps of power cleans, like sets of 5 to 10 reps, because I want to get better at maintaining high power output for a long period of time. Tire flip event is 60 seconds. So I don't want to come out of the gate with really explosive 1, 2, 3 flips and then just peter out. I want to be able to maintain that power output for full 60 seconds. So higher rep power cleans and front squats are going to be my go-to exercises to improve the tire flip, besides just doing more tire flips. When I was stationed at Camp David, my roommate and I would do tire flips with this tire that we found out behind the building. And we'd do a whole workout with this tire. We'd spend 2 hours doing 50 flips, 100 flips, however long it took us to complete the amount of flips. And the amount of leg training you can get from a tire, that power clean explosive element that I talk about, as well as a little bit of upper body from pushing the tire off your chest. It was just a full body movement that I loved, and I was doing that stuff before even competing in Strongman. So I think that's why the tire flip's my favorite Strongman movement of all time, even more than stones. The next event is an axle bar clean and press, superset with a circus dumbbell press. So 1 rep on the axle, 1 rep circus dumbbell, back and forth, as many reps as you can in 60 seconds. I plan on doing lots of push presses and lots of power jerks, because I'll most likely be doing a power jerk in this rep event. If it was a 1 rep max event, I would probably practice the split jerk. I've been watching a lot of Ben Claridad at Occam Athletics, and he's doing really well with the split jerk. I know some other strongmen, usually lightweight strongmen, who have great success with the split jerk, but I think that if you're doing max rep events in a medley, I think it's just a waste of time to recover from that split jerk. So we're doing lots of push presses, lots of power jerks, and I'll be doing some strict pressing, probably once a week, maybe twice a week, for higher reps. One mistake that I made in the past is putting way too much emphasis on strict pressing when that's not my competition style of press. I think that practicing the push press and the power jerk, as well as training legs. So another overlooked exercise for overhead in Strongman is training squats, front squats. If you can put 400 pounds on your shoulders, sit all the way down and stand up with it, think about how much power you're gonna have when you do this little quarter squat, that initial dip for the push press, whether that's a log or an axle. I think that having strong legs will help propel that barbell up, and then you just kind of catch the bar at the top. And when I look back to the Winter Warrior 2019, the last competition I did, I think I placed first or second with 24, 25, or 26 reps on the Viking press. And there were plenty of guys in that group that I competed against who had stronger shoulders than me if we were talking about strict press. But I think my higher endurance squatting and overhead press really paid off. Because I was able to just rack up more than 20 reps without losing any power. Consistently and routinely practicing the push press or the power jerk, whatever your preferred method of pressing is very important, especially for these medley events, because you have to be very efficient. You can't have any mistakes. I don't want to clean the axle bar up to my shoulders, waste all that energy, go to press it, and you've really got to thread the needle with the axle bar overhead or with the circus dumbbell. And if you just miss that and drop it forward, or the circus dumbbell, you almost lock it up to the top and drop it, that's all that energy wasted and all that time wasted on a failed rep. So I think the person who wins this event is the person that has 0 mistakes. Next event is farmer's carry with some of the baddest, gnarliest handles I've ever used, the infamous California's Strongest Man Scuba Tank farmer's handles. So to get better at farmer's walk, I'm gonna be doing farmer's walks 2 ways. I'm gonna be doing lighter weight for longer distances with short rest periods. I'm also gonna be doing heavier weight for short distances, longer rest periods. I'm gonna be doing trap bar deadlifts with the low handle, maybe mix in some high handle. The trap bar deadlift not only just looks more like a farmer's pick, but it lets me get my hips lower and chest taller, which is how I like to pick up a set of farmer's handles. Surprise, I'll be doing lots of front squats, lots of quad involvement, getting a heavy pair of farmer's handles off the floor. So you need strong quads and a strong upper back. My secret tool for training the farmer's handles, these handles specifically, is dumbbell lateral raises. In the past, when I've used these farmer's handles, I noticed that my shoulders got very fatigued pretty quickly and my arms kind of went numb. My arms just weren't strong enough to handle these huge implements. And what happens is when I'm walking and I take a step and lift each leg up, the size of the farmer's handles are so big, the size of the tanks are so big that they knock my knees in. And so when I'm starting to get tired, I'm just all over the place. And I feel like I'm doing a slight dumbbell lateral raise, holding these handles out so they're not hitting my knees so much. So I'm gonna be doing dumbbell lateral raises multiple times a week. I don't know whether I should do higher reps with lighter weight or lower reps with heavier weight. So I'm just gonna mix in a little bit of both throughout the week. Next event is the yoke. The yoke is probably my least favorite strongman event. Kind of a surprise because it's an iconic strongman event, but I don't know that I dislike the event so much. I just hate training the yoke. But I'm gonna do yoke probably twice a week. One of them will be lighter weight, short rest periods, beltless. Another one will be heavy yokes at the end of the week. And I'll probably do some direct ab work, but I just find myself regularly skipping ab work whenever I program it in. So I'll just do big events or big movements like squatting without a belt. I feel like that's really good core training for something like a yoke, as well as just doing the yoke more often. So that's the game plan. I think the event is 100 feet, straight shot, straight down. It's not part of a medley. There's no down and back. So it's pretty straightforward, no pun intended. So I finally finished a 16-week strongman strength program that will be available on the Barbell Medicine website sometime soon. Jordan Feigenbaum and myself are doing a podcast about it later on this week, and I'm sure I'll make a separate YouTube video once it's actually posted on their website as a part of all their templates. It's a completely in-depth program. There's not any fluff that doesn't need to be in there, but I didn't leave anything out. It's a hard program if you take strength training and strongman training seriously. There'll also be a free program available, a little more simple, but that'll be available on the website. Next event is an Atlas Stone series, 5 stones ascending in weight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, do the stones as fast as you can. And to get better stones, I'll be doing front squats, of course, and lots of Atlas stones. So my thinking is, back in the day, I used to be unstoppable with stones, at least in my own mind. I could do a heavy stone any given day, no tacky, doesn't matter circumstances. I was really good at Atlas stone loads. But my deadlift is actually better now than it was then. Even when I was heavier, I'm lighter now, my deadlift's still better. So I don't think that it was necessarily deadlift strength. I look back at old videos of me just like one motion in heavy stone or doing really heavy stone without tacky, pretty effortless. And I think, what the heck was I doing then that I'm not doing now? And I think it was just the frequency that I was doing Atlas stones. I was doing them all the time just because I love doing Atlas stones. And it just became so natural for me that picking up a stone and putting it on a platform is just as natural as some people picking up a barbell. And so I'm gonna be doing lots of Atlas stone loads. And I actually plan on putting the deadlift volume in my program as if I was training for a powerlifting meet, but subbing that out for Atlas stones. So lots of reps with Atlas stones, hoping that gets me a lot better at Atlas stone loading. And there's no deadlift event in this competition, so I don't need to train my deadlift directly. I'll be doing lots of back work with just the strongman training that I'm doing. Front squats I think really help Atlas stones. I'm also gonna be doing some Ukrainian deadlifts. I hope I don't make a video at the end of March saying I am not competing in a strongman competition, because because in all honesty, this competition might get postponed or canceled due to the pandemic. So hopefully not. That's it, everyone. Thanks for watching, guys. Please, 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 always remember, train on time.